Yo, Sanjay Uchiha here, people, bringing you my review for Dragon Ball Super Episode 60. The title is Back to the Future, Goku Black's Identity Revealed. So, I'd say another decently paced episode. I actually liked it. To me, it kind of felt like a passing of the torch, kinda, you know? Yeah, kinda. As well as another good part I'd say is continuing off the trend of last week's episode 59, after Beerus kills Zamasu. Yeah, it's nice to see that the writers are sticking to the established lore and rules from early on in the Android saga. Yeah, but overall it's a decent episode, but getting into it. So, continuing on where we left off, we have Beerus and the others back on Earth, and essentially we have everybody, well, yeah, essentially everybody. There is still some doubt that the future has changed, and this really this annoys Beerus. Trunks, the thing is, this whole god killing god affecting the time-space continuum, it really seemed like it was out of nowhere, and honestly speaking, yeah, it just came out of nowhere last time. So anyway, the gang they plan to return to the future, but instead, well, before that they have a little feast to prepare themselves, and this time they make sure that they have the Dragon Balls. Oh wow, not the Dragon Balls, the Sensu beans. Yes, they were making sure of that as well. And as the episode was progressing, it really just displayed the characters really doubting if the future has changed, specifically Trunks. And as we go along, what I was mentioning about the passing of the torch is that Trunks essentially explains the whole concept of the parallel timeline, basically how his time machine works. Well, he didn't specifically speak to the time machine, but just the whole nature of how there are parallel timelines. And I really discussed this already in I believe it was my video talking about the Mystery of Zamasu, or one of those Zamasu videos I did. But yeah, he goes on to explain the timeline, the differences between, like, for example, Android 18, and yes, he was explaining about the androids to him. So it's basically all the stuff that happened in the future, well, the Android saga, to a degree. He did go on to explain to present day Trunks, and it also included stuff like how he came back to save Goku's life with the medicine for his heart virus. And basically, this really speaks to how the writers are actually sticking to the rules of what's already been established, and I really like that. And it probably you guys are probably tired of me saying every episode that yes, there is a reason in every episode that as to why this arc is the best in Super to date, even though it's not finished. But yeah, so after eating and all, they get ready to go back to the future, and they ask Beerus if he's coming along, and he says no, and he suggests to Whis that they go home, but we suggest that they stick around till they get back. After that, Goku was searching for the senzu beans again, and Bulma, has them, and she suggests coming along with them, which is pretty good. It's another way I like that they're involving the supporting cast, so that's a definite plus. I don't know what Bulma will be doing in the future, but I'm pretty sure they can find some use for her. So they all get stuffed in the time machine, they go to the future, and then they realize that yeah, nothing has changed. Eventually, like, I found this kind of random, but one of the resistance members, yeah, they just pop up out of nowhere, and they guide him back to resistance base. They tell him something's up with Mai, and then we get a funny scene of Goku suggesting that Trunks give Mai mouth to mouth to feed her the sensu bean, and then Vegeta's saying that they're not supposed to do it because you're not married, and Goku's like, what does that have to do with anything? Which I found pretty funny. I'm not sure what was wrong with Mai, but she's better now. So eventually, Bulma sees all the people, she sees Yajirobe, meets Mai, and eventually, well, it should be noted that Black and Zamasu did sense when Goku and the gang actually arrived. So eventually they head to their location, but I'm guessing so that they don't find the resistance base, they go out there to meet them. And as soon as they meet them, Zamasu welcomes them back, and Vegeta rushes in right away, going Super Saiyan Blue. Black rushes him, Super Saiyan Rose. They, do a few exchanges. It was okay, nothing too impressive animation wise, but it gets the job done. So after that, now Vegeta is basically confident that things won't go like they did before, and he declares that he's not going to defeat them for himself, but for Trunks and this world, which really adds to Vegeta's character and his current, I guess, his development over the years. So it is then at this point where it's revealed, and I'm guessing what most people will be watching the episode for, is that the reveal that Black explains he used the Super Dragon Balls to switch bodies with Goku, and that his body is the real Goku's body, but the mind is Zamasu's, which I find to be interesting. And he basically, holds up the time ring to the screen, and then that's your episode. So, and based on how it's looking for next week, where it seems that we'll be getting some pretty decently animated fights, to say the least. But yeah, that's your episode. Now, this week, it didn't really go as I expected, in the sense that I didn't expect majority of the episode to be taken up by, them getting to the future to meet Black and Zamasu. I didn't expect that. But in them, I guess, dragging that along, they did make up for it by, as I said at the start, showing off that the writers are indeed, they're still on track with the lore, essentially. They're being consistent with the rules that have already been established in universe, and that's something I really like to see, because we all love Dragon Ball, but we must admit as Dragon Ball fans that a lot of times the storytelling and the rules that have been established aren't always consistent, especially where, I guess, feats of power are concerned. So yeah, there's that. And yes, I did enjoy the little bit of future Trunks explaining the whole concept of parallel timelines to present day Trunks, which really nullifies Beerus's theory of him killing present day Zamasu, essentially stopping future Zamasu and Black. So they quickly dispel that, and I really like that. But overall, the episode, even though I didn't expect it to drag along, the pacing was still decent, to say the least. Was there anything else I really liked or hated about the episode? I wouldn't say I hated anything. The animation and models, they were okay. Just average, your average Super episode in terms of animation, really. I'm still kind of curious about the whole power scaling where Black is concerned, where I guess how powerful his Super Saiyan Rose is, because they've already showcased Black as being at least as strong as Super Saiyan Blue Vegeta in this base. So is it that Black is still holding back? Because at this point they're kind of, the way they've set it up is like they're implying that Super Saiyan Rose Black is just only a bit stronger than Super Saiyan Blue Goku and Vegeta. So I don't know, that's I don't know what to say about that. But yeah, I mean, the episode was good, okay. Nothing too drastic in terms of over the top, but I guess I should get into the meat of the episode in terms of the whole reveal of Black. Now, I did a video, I uploaded my video and gave my initial thoughts about the spoilers where Black's identity is concerned. I know I was late to the show on that, but let's see if I can talk about that more here. So, oh, how could I forget? Yes, again, since I am watching this on Saturday, credit must go to Herms98 on Twitter for providing the translations to the episode as we went along. So shout out to you, man. But yeah, I mean, Black mentioning that his body is a real Goku's body, and essentially that the mind is Zamasu. So I'm as I mentioned in my other video, I'm wondering if it's just really a Captain Ginyu kind of deal where he just, you know, switch body and that's it. But I don't know, I think it's more than that. I mean, it just feels like they're putting a bit of emphasis, because if it wasn't something more than that, I'm guessing they would eventually pick up that. I'm not saying they're gonna make a reference to Captain Ginyu, but I don't know, there's something about it. Is it that it's, yeah, it's Zamasu's mind, but is it just that they've given Goku, the Goku that this Zamasu has taken over, this, I guess, quote unquote, third Zamasu, is it that he has truly switched bodies with him, or is it that he is, I use the Super Dragon Balls to, I guess, influence Goku by, I guess, just transferring his ideals and all that? But I think I'll just go with the obvious that he's just switched bodies with him. But the fact that they say that he switched minds and bodies, I don't know, there's just something about that. But I mean, going by the preview, we'll be finding out more about Zamasu Zero Mortal's plan. Definitely speaking, it based on how it looked, it seems like they're using, I don't know, there's some alright, enough of me rambling. But it just looks like they'll be sending on some sort of, I don't know, attack from they're sending something from the sky, or probably sending something in from space, I don't know. But lastly, before I go, in terms of this Zamasu or Goku Black, or whoever's in that body, it still begs the question, where did this Zamasu come from? Is he from one of the other timelines? Maybe, maybe not. But I guess we'll find out. So that's it from me, guys. Let me know what you think about this episode. Do you think it dragged along too much, just like I think it did? As I said, I didn't expect it to take this long to get back, for them to get back to the future, essentially, because it's really the latter half of this episode, and even in that, if you were to split the latter half of this episode in two halves, it's really in that latter half that they actually go to meet Black and Zamasu. So there you have it. So comment, share, give me your thoughts. We're in for, I guess, the closing parts of this arc as we go along now, so I'll see you in the next one. Sanjay Uchiha out. Wait. Hold the phone, people. Hold that phone. We just got another, I guess, update from Herms98 on Twitter in terms of the last part of the episode, in terms of the exchange between Black, Goku, and Vegeta, in terms of the dialogue. So it reads as this. Black says, "A fake? No, that's not right. This is the real Son Goku. It's your own body. However, this mind is mine, Zamasu. I used my first wish to the Super Dragon Balls to exchange my body with yours." And Goku's like, "Exchange? Then what happened to the me whose body you stole? I killed him with these hands." Okay, so this is crazy, I know. So I'm literally adding on to my review here. Damn. So the fact that Zamasu, well, what should we even call him at this point? Zamaku? But yeah, the fact that he mentions he killed Goku, that does imply that That implies two things. One, this Zamasu is definitely from one of the other timelines. More than likely the unseen timeline that the future Trunks that Cell killed would have traveled back to initially. Crazy, I know. And probably I should switch out the second point. I was gonna say that yeah, probably the time rings can travel between parallel timelines, but I'm replacing that point with saying that the fact that Zamasu managed to kill Goku means that Goku probably didn't get all that strong in that parallel timeline. So essentially, I don't know, it would be interesting to see how things are in that timeline now. I'm not saying this as concrete, or I guess it's not set in stone that Goku that was killed was from the unseen timeline, but it just seems like the obvious or the more than likely option situation at this point. So yeah, that's an interesting extra tidbit to add to my review there. Oh man. I don't know what to say. Am I underwhelmed by the fact that they went back to this route to say because going through this art, they led us to believe that yeah, he was Zamasu, Black was Zamasu, and then they spring announced that he's not Zamasu, and then I guess they led us astray, so to speak, and now we have revelation that yeah, he is truly in fact Zamasu. But I don't think I'd say I wouldn't say I'm underwhelmed. I'm satisfied. It's still pretty cool, and the fact that it's not a fake Goku but the real Goku's body, yeah, that's interesting. And one more thing, I guess I could come up with a speculation in the sense that why Super Saiyan Rose is the color it is, because I did a video on Dragon Ball Super Saiyan Hybrids, sorry. Yeah, and it probably is the fact that yeah, Super Saiyan Rose is a godly transformation. It does use God Ki based on how the aura looks and the hair color obviously, but it's probably just due to Zamasu's ki itself. I don't know if you could say variations of God Ki that might produce different effects on a Saiyan, but I don't know. But yeah, so finishing up for real this time. Comment, rate, subscribe. Tell me what you think in the comment section below, and I'll see you for more videos, discussions, blah blah, black sheep. See you in the next one.